Hey Patriots fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved New England Patriots. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. This way you'll stay updated and never miss any breaking news or exclusive content. The New England Patriots made a statement during this year's NFL draft, showing a level of strategic mastery that fans have been craving to see for a while. They managed to bump their total number of selections from 9 up to 11, adding crucial reinforcements in key areas that are bound to have an immediate and lasting impact. But while everyone's busy applauding the names and positions, there's something deeper happening that deserves a lot more attention. It's not just about stacking talent at the offensive line, wide receiver, or running back positions. When you dig a little deeper, you start to see that the Patriots are doing something a lot more meaningful. They are shifting the very culture of this team. They are deliberately selecting players who don't just bring skills to the table. They bring leadership, character, and the kind of attitude that can reshape an entire locker room. Take Will Campbell, for example. This guy was not just a standout on the field at LSU. He wore the legendary number 7 jersey, a symbol traditionally reserved for players who elevate not only their own game, but also everyone around them. Being trusted with that number speaks volumes about Campbell's leadership and the respect he commands. He was also a team captain, a title that isn't just handed out like candy. It's earned through grit, resilience, and the ability to inspire teammates to push beyond their limits. When you add someone like Will Campbell into your locker room, you are sending a clear message about the kind of team you are trying to build, and it does not stop there. Trayvon Henderson, another gem from this draft class, brought more than just his athleticism from Ohio State. As a team captain, he wasn't just leading by performance, he was setting the tone off the field too. Through community initiatives, expressions of faith, and genuine care for his teammates, Henderson showed that leadership is a full-time job, not something you turn on and off when it suits you. Having guys like Henderson in the building sets a foundation for accountability and brotherhood, which are absolutely critical for a team looking to reclaim its dominance. Craig Woodson is another prime example of the Patriots' focus on character and leadership. Twice voted captain at Cal, Woodson is a safety who's likely being groomed to play a nickel or slot role. But what jumps out even more than his versatility on the field is the leadership he displayed throughout his college career. Being named captain once is a big deal, twice is rare. It means teammates and coaches saw him as someone they could trust, someone who leads when things get tough, not just when everything is going smoothly. When you look across the board at the players the Patriots picked, it's all obvious. This draft wasn't just about filling gaps in the roster. It was about laying the foundation for a different future, one built on mutual respect, professionalism, and an unwavering commitment to the team's success. It's a deliberate move away from some of the issues that have plagued the franchise in recent years. Locker room drama, off-field distractions, players putting themselves before the team. This time around, the Patriots are making it crystal clear that they are building something bigger than just a collection of athletes. They are building a culture. Craig Woodson might have been a 5th-round pick, a slot that often gets overlooked in draft evaluations, but his selection carries weight beyond just his on-field potential. It's about injecting this team with leaders who uplift those around them. It's a subtle but powerful strategy. If you fill your locker room with people who lead by example, who care about the guy next to them, who refuse to let standards slip, you change the very fabric of the organization. You create a self-policing culture where excellence is the baseline, not the exception. And make no mistake, for a franchise with the history and expectations that New England carries, this shift could not come at a better time. Now looking at the broader picture, this draft class isn't just rich in character. It's packed with serious talent too. A center selected in the 3rd round, widely regarded as one of the best in the class, stands out as another key piece. Despite having only 1 year as a starter at Georgia, his athleticism and footwork jump off the tape. He moves incredibly well off the ball, showing a level of agility and quickness that could make a huge difference right away. Sure, he might fly under the radar because he does not have years of starting experience, but sometimes it's the players with something to prove who make the biggest splash. Then there's another versatile safety who can fill multiple roles in the secondary, adding leadership, experience, and energy wherever needed. In the trenches, a stout defensive tackle has been added to the mix, expected to become a reliable rotational piece. considering the Patriots already have veterans locking down starting spots. Bringing in someone who can learn, grow, and eventually take over without being thrown into the fire immediately is a smart move. Some scouts did mention occasional lapses in his motor, but when you surround a player with strong character teammates, sometimes that's exactly the environment they need to reach their full potential. The Patriots also made a major move to address their edge rushing needs, snagging an exciting prospect out of LSU, who has all the traits to be a menace off the edge. His presence brings a much-needed jolt of energy and depth to a position that demands constant rotation and fresh legs. On special teams, they pulled the trigger on a kicker many believe was the top one available in this year's draft. Given how critical special teams can be, especially for a team like New England that often plays close, gritty games, this could turn out to be one of the most quietly important picks they made. Depth along the offensive line was also reinforced, with the addition of a tackle who primarily played on the right side but has the size and athleticism to adapt if needed. After last season's debacle, where the team had to scrape the bottom of the barrel just to find functional linemen from other practice squads, the Patriots seem determined not to make the same mistake twice. A second tackle pick only reinforces this point. You cannot have too much insurance when it comes to protecting your quarterback and establishing a running game. Even in the later rounds, New England kept its focus sharp. They made a rare move by drafting a long snapper, something you hardly ever see, but it signals just how seriously they are treating every phase of the game. With the veteran long snapper from 2015 possibly nearing the end of his career, getting a young, reliable replacement in now is simply smart roster management. And speaking of quarterbacks, yes, the Patriots also addressed that critical position late in the draft. With questions swirling around the current depth chart, taking a swing at another quarterback just makes sense. In a league where quarterback play often determines your ceiling, you can never stop evaluating and preparing for the future. Some people have raised eyebrows about the pick, wondering if it signals a lack of confidence in the current options. But honestly, it's about creating competition and ensuring that if things go south, you have another player already in-house who's familiar with the system and ready to step in if needed. There are still lingering concerns about a few players, particularly when it comes to how secure certain positions really are. Specifically, questions hover over the quarterback situation. With the team drafting a new quarterback, it inevitably sparks a conversation about how stable that room actually is and whether the current players can hold down the fort. It is not just about bringing someone in as a backup. It is about having insurance, about preparing for a worst-case scenario where injury or underperformance could derail the entire season. As much as fans want to believe in their starters, the reality is that depth at quarterback is absolutely crucial in today's NFL. But beyond the quarterback storylines, there's another fascinating battle shaping up: the competition for roster spots among this year's rookie class. With only 53 spots available and the roster already packed with veterans fighting for their careers, every single practice rep, every preseason game snap is going to matter. Being a late-round pick or even an undrafted free agent does not mean you are out of the race. We have seen it countless times before: an injury, a breakout performance, a coaching staff willing to think outside the box, and suddenly someone nobody was talking about becomes a key contributor. That is part of what makes this time of years so thrilling. Every rep could be the difference between realizing a dream and having to start all over again somewhere else. It is worth paying close attention to how these rookies perform, not just in the obvious ways like stats and splash plays, but in the smaller moments, the way they handle coaching, how they respond to mistakes, how they interact with their teammates. Those little details often reveal more about a player's future than a highlight reel ever could. And make no mistake, the Patriots coaching staff will be watching all of it with a microscope, because the stakes are sky high. They are not just trying to find players. They are trying to find builders, leaders, teammates who can carry this new cultural vision forward. From the very start of this draft process, it has been evident that New England was not just chasing talent. They were chasing a certain mentality. They were looking for warriors, for grinders, for guys who know that football is about more than personal stats or individual awards. It is about sacrifice. It is about resilience. It is about understanding that every block, every tackle, every extra hour spent studying film matters. In the harsh, unforgiving world of the NFL, where the margin for error is razor thin, culture is not a luxury, it is a necessity. That is why this draft feels different. It is why so many fans and analysts who are paying close attention are feeling a cautious optimism, a sense that maybe, just maybe, the Patriots are getting back to the kind of team they used to be. A team that does not just out-talent opponents, but outworks, outthinks, and outlasts them. A team where players check their egos at the door and put the team's success above everything else. Of course, none of this is guaranteed. Draft picks are always a gamble. No matter how careful the scouting process is, no matter how many interviews, workouts, and background checks are conducted, there is always an element of the unknown. Some players will exceed expectations. Others will fall short. Some will thrive in the culture being built. Others will find it too demanding. But what cannot be questioned is the intentionality behind these picks. This was a draft with a purpose, a draft with a plan. As we move closer to training camp, the excitement is only going to build. Every press conference, every practice report, every preseason game is going to offer new clues about who is rising, who is struggling, and how the pieces are fitting together. It is going to be fascinating to see which rookie seize their opportunity, which veterans step up to mentor the younger players, and how the team as a whole starts to gel. One thing is certain: if the Patriots are successful in pulling off this cultural transformation, it could end up being one of the most important moments in recent franchise history. Talent wins games, but culture wins championships. And right now, New England is laying the groundwork for something that could be very special down the line. As fans and analysts, it is impossible not to get a little bit excited about the possibilities. Change is hard, and it often comes with growing pains, but it is necessary for a team that has known the highest highs and is now trying to climb back to the top, embracing a new identity rooted in character, leadership, and accountability. Might just be the first step in a long and rewarding journey back to greatness. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In an unexpected and dramatic turn of events, Tyreek Hill, the explosive wide receiver who has been a key player for the Miami Dolphins, has made a stunning move to their AFC East rivals, the New England Patriots. Hill, who has made a name for himself with his speed and playmaking ability, will now bring his talents to a team looking to reassert itself as a contender in the conference. The trade came as a shock to many, as Hill had been one of the most reliable and dynamic weapons in the Dolphins offense. His connection with quarterback Tua Tagovailoa had been one of the most promising in the league, with Hill's ability to stretch the field and create mismatches all over the place. But as the NFL offseason unfolded, rumors began to swirl that Hill might be looking for a change of scenery, and those whispers have now been confirmed with his high-profile move to New England. For the Patriots, this acquisition is a major statement of intent. Head coach Bill Belichick, known for his ability to adapt and stay ahead of the competition, clearly sees Hill as a key piece to elevate the Patriots' offense, which has often struggled to produce big plays in recent seasons. With Hill's speed, agility, and proven ability to score from anywhere on the field, he could provide the Patriots' offense with the kind of explosiveness they have been sorely lacking. This move also marks a new chapter in Hill's career. After spending his prime years in Kansas City, where he won a Super Bowl and formed one of the most deadly wide receiver quarterback duos in league history with Patrick Mahomes, Hill joined the Dolphins, where he immediately became one of the most feared receivers in the league. However, after just a season in Miami, Hill has opted to take on a new challenge with the Patriots, where he will be expected to help turn around a team that is still searching for its identity post-Tom Brady. The trade also has major implications for the Dolphins, who will now have to adjust to life without their star receiver. Miami has a solid roster, but losing Hill leaves a sizable gap in their offense, and they will need to find ways to fill that void, both in terms of skill set and leadership. As the NFL season progresses, all eyes will be on Tyreek Hill and his new team, the New England Patriots, to see how he fits into the Belichick system and whether he can help lead the Patriots back to the top of the AFC East. The Dolphins, meanwhile, will need to regroup and figure out how to remain competitive without their star wideout. One thing is for certain, the AFC East just got a lot more interesting. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.